Something's going on between you and my wife, and I'd like to know what it is.
Well, she's your wife. Why don't you ask her?
I already did. That's why I'm asking you now.
Are you drinking or just wasting space at my bar?
Tell you what, RJ, why don't you make me something special? Surprise me. Don't go anywhere.
I'm off duty. I can go wherever.
No, you can't go anywhere until you give me some answers. Now, I want you to know that I walk into my house, and the atmosphere between you and my wife is so bad that I can choke on it.
Well, it happens to be very stressful work for all of us. So why don't you go home and get some rest and let me do the
Barbara,
same.
don't tell me to go home and get rest. I'm not going to get any rest until I know what's going on. Now, why don't you explain to me why you insist on hovering around my house and spending every waking moment with my wife?
If you overheard Barbara's confession, and you know that she is the one that killed Drew, then you should go to the police.
I'm not going to take that chance.
What do you mean?
Barbara has friends in the police department, Andrew. Her father is a senator. Do you really think they're going to prosecute?
So what are you going to do, Cass? You going to take the law into your own hands now?
I'm going to do what I have to do,
Oh,
yes.
please, listen to yourself. Do you know how dangerous this kind of thinking is?
Do you really think I care? I have lived through the worst things that life has to offer right now. And if it's the last thing I do, I am going to make sure that Barbara Graham pays for her crimes.
I do.
It looks warmer inside that globe than in this cabin.
Here. Let me warm you up. Does that help?
Yep.
Christian, I don't want to fight with you, okay?
And I want to take extra good care of you. I feel bad I can't afford a nicer place. One that's well heated and with appliances that actually work.
This place is fine.
It's freezing.
Look, Christian, if it ever seemed like I was complaining,
I want you to always say what's on your mind.
I was just scared, you know?
Of what? Go ahead, I'm not gonna freak.
No, it's just, I don't know, my body, it's changing. You know, I've got this life growing inside me. And living out here in the middle of nowhere.
Jessica, if you want to go home, we'll go right now. I mean, we don't have to get married.
No, why? Did you change your mind?
No, not at all. But I'm okay roughing it. You're delicate. And I know this is not the way you imagined it.
Christian, I am fine as long as I'm with you. Besides, I'm turning 18 soon, and all we need to do is find the justice of peace.
Jessica, do you take me, Christian, for warmer or for colder?
Fatter, thinner?
With cocoa or without?
I do.
Me too.
But you shouldn't have said that cocoa part, because now I'm really craving it.
I think we should finish up packing our groceries. Be good.
Oh, thanks. Look at all this wasted paper.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Christian! You're so sweet.
What happened?
He passed out.
What's his name?
What
Could you
happened?
get us a doctor?
Will
We need a
Rappaport
doctor in
is
here,
his name.
please.
Will?
Hello again, Mr. Rappaport.
Hello? My son, he was delirious. He passed out.
What happened? We need a doctor.
I don't know.
Could you get us one, please?
I am a doctor.
Well, then could you do something?
Lindsay, please.
I want a urine tox, 12 lead EKG, and a full set of lab stat.
What's wrong with my boy?
I will not be able to tell you until after I've examined him, and you need to go.
No. I stay with him. He needs me.
Where's Will? How on earth did you manage to get locked in a freezer with him?
Oh, Vicky, that story is pure bull. If that were true, don't you think she'd be sick, too?
I swear that's what happened.
Yeah, and I swear that punk in there is high on something.
Does your son have any medical problems or a history of substance abuse?
Well, he's been drunk a couple
My
of times.
son is not an addict. He's sick. Anyone can see that.
Lindsay, you're not helping.
I gotta go back in there. I need to see what they're doing to him.
Lindsay?
That dopehead in there is the father of Jessica's baby. Now, isn't that just grand?
Will doesn't do drugs.
I wonder how long Lindsay has been hiding that particular little fact from me.
Take these to the lab?
So what do you think, Doctor?
Well, his x-rays show mild pneumonia. Well, there, I told you my son's not an addict.
You must understand that when someone is brought into the ER in this state, especially a teenager, we have to rule out any kind of drug overdose.
Of course,
Of course, what?
If there are drugs in his system, any other medications we give him could prove lethal.
Well, Will doesn't use drugs. He never has.
Okay, hopefully his blood and urine tests negative.
Temperature's 105.
Increases fluids, acetaminophen 360, and 2 sets of blood cultures. And you need to...
All right, Lindsay, we need to let the doctor do her job. Come on, come on. Lindsay.
How's Will?
He has pneumonia.
I'm sorry. Look, I gather you and I have some things we're going to have to talk about.
Not now.
Okay.
He was with you earlier, wasn't he?
How is he?
What did you do to him?
Nothing.
I'd like to know how my son wound up locked inside of a freezer. This is your fault, and you'd better start coming up with some answers, young lady.
Excuse me.
Is there something going on that I can be of help with?
This tastes so good.
The Spanish brought cocoa back with them from the New World. And now, it's my gift to you. Mi esposa.
Esposa. Esposa, that means wife, right?
Yep.
You're full of gifts tonight, huh, Mr. Mi Esposo?
And you know, one day I'm gonna replace this with a real one.
No way. I love this ring.
Okay. So I'll have it dipped in gold.
Why won't you kiss me? Is it Will?
Jessica, you are so beautiful. You make me feel like... I guess I'm just afraid of letting it go too far.
All right. It's late.
Yeah, maybe we should turn in.
Oh, gosh. These sheets.
What?
They're freezing. Christian? I was thinking, when we get married, on our wedding night, it's still gonna be my first time. I mean, what happened between me and Will at the lodge, it meant nothing.
Hey, I don't need to hear about that.
No, but I want to say it. Please. We were both really drunk. I mean, I barely even remember it. It wasn't lovemaking. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is nobody's ever been in my heart besides you.
On our wedding night?
Go on.
I don't know, Jess, you're pregnant. Maybe we should wait.
Why?
That could hurt the baby.
Right. Oh, I don't know anything about that yet. Okay. Good night.
I understand that you're angry.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do. And that you want to strike out at someone that hurt you. But if you do that, you will only multiply the hurt.
Are you advising me to turn the other cheek?
I'm advising you to turn it over to the authorities, to the legal system, which is more than people like Sykes and Graham. It's people like Hank and Nora.
And Judge Calloway, who let Todd walk on 14 counts of kidnapping?
Cassie, there is a man dead. And you're in a wheelchair. Now, that's hardly something that can be covered up once it's out in the open.
Fine, you're so concerned, you go to the police.
You know that I can't do that. And besides, I'm concerned with more than Barbara's punishment. She needs help, Cassie.
Oh, the poor dear.
Cassie, you need help.
Oh.
If you keep this secret, it's only going to fester. You're going to put your whole recovery, your whole well-being at
Andrew,
jeopardy.
I am not going to recover. What you see is what you get.
No, I see way beyond this wheelchair and this anger. I see a woman that I loved. And I know the heights and the depths that you're capable of.
Andrew, you have no idea what it is to lie awake at night numb from the waist down, knowing that Barbara's shabby little affair with Kevin was the beginning of all this.
You know what I know? I know what it was like to lie awake at night after you told me about your affair with Kevin. And I know how that eats you up inside. And I know the kind of vengeful fantasies that you have.
Andrew, you didn't wind up crippled.
No, I didn't. What I wound up is alone. I wound up alone. I wound up without a wife. I wound up without a woman that I loved.
Kids today. You think this is retribution? You think I'm being punished for my sins?
You know me better than that. You know I don't believe in a vengeful God. I believe in a God that's just and forgiving and helps us to do the same.
Andrew, I am not the murderer here. I am not the one who systematically went around and destroyed people's lives. It was Barbara Graham. She ingratiated herself first into Kevin's life, into my father's life. She preyed upon all of us.
I'm not saying that the situations are the same. I'm saying that we're all humans
No, she's
here.
not human. She's a monster.
There is no such thing as
She
monster.
preyed upon Kevin and he succumbed.
But Cassie, you're over that. You're past it.
Yes, I am past that. And then she took it to the next level, okay? She tried to shoot at Kevin. She killed Drew and she put me in this chair.
Okay. Okay, listen. Think it through. Think it through with me just for a moment, all right? She wasn't shooting at you. You were hit by a ricocheting bullet.
Andrew, after all this, you are trying to defend her?
It can stop now. You got a chance to stop it. You can put an end to this. You can end this vendetta. You can turn it over to the police. You can turn it over to God. And if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to live with yourself,
Okay,
Cassie.
Andrew, you know all the facts. How can you live with yourself?
It's not easy. It's sheer agony, Cassie. But I took an oath. I took an oath. An oath to God to uphold the sanctity of the confessional.
Well, then, I guess we're both trapped, Andrew. You by your collar, and me by this chair.
I come to your house because Cassie asked me to. I'm her therapist, and that's my job.
Okay, well, it's my job to take care of my wife and see that she's protected.
From what?
Barbara, you and I hurt her very badly. And as much as she talks about forgiveness, I think it's unrealistic to expect her to see your face in front of her day after day, considering what happened. A person needs a little time and a little space to heal, don't you think?
Yeah, well, she would stop calling me. I would stop running to
Well,
her.
that's just not good enough.
Well, what do you want from me?
I want you to quit.
No. No, I won't do that.
No. I'm not offering you an option. I'm telling you, I'm not going to make my wife have to fire you. Do you think I want to put that decision on her in the state that she's in, as helpless as she is?
Helpless, Cassie?
Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, she's in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
She has all the power. Don't you see that?
No, I really don't see it. I don't
Hey,
see it. Now,
let's
all
go.
right, chill. I'm going to send you a severance check in the mail.
No, I'm not taking anything from you. You're not my patient, and I only take orders from Cassie.
Barbara, all right, get your hands up. Maybe it's time you let the lady alone.
You know, you have no idea what this situation's about, RJ, okay?
No, but this is my turf. And no trouble is going to happen here. You got me?
She's responsible for what happened to my son.
It was an accident. The latch to the freezer was broken. Carlotta had arranged for a repairman, and he hadn't showed up yet. The kids were trapped inside.
The girl is trouble. I knew that the second I saw her get off the plane with Will.
I remember. You took one look at me and decided that I was trash.
You said it, not me.
She doesn't think I'm the right pedigree for her son.
I don't want you seeing him anymore.
Excuse me, Will and Roseanne are adults. If they choose to spend time together, it's their business, not ours.
My son is desperately ill because of her.
I want to see him.
No.
I care about him.
You don't know the meaning of the word. You're both just a couple of gold diggers. Oh, don't give me that look. Everybody in town knows you married Todd Manning for his money. And Roseanne, she's after Will for the same reason.
Hello? You married Clint Buchanan for his fortune. After knowing him how long, what, 5 minutes?
I wouldn't go any further if I were you.
You didn't even bother to tell Will until later. How do you think that made him feel?
Oh, I remember hearing about you and Clint. Congratulations. No wonder you use the term gold digger so liberally. It's the only motive you understand.
I married my husband because I love him. You married Todd Manning for $5 million in cold cash.
I loved Todd very much. That's why I went against my own better judgment and made such an enormous mistake. But it's not going to happen again, and it's certainly not going to happen to Roseanne.
Test results are back. Sam?
Lindsay, save it. I want to hear what kind of shape Will is in.
Well, as I said earlier, he has a very mild case of pneumonia. He also has strep throat. Now, the freezer incident didn't help, but it did not cause it either.
Mild case?
Yes, very mild case. He's rather run down. He said he hasn't been eating or sleeping very well and that he's been under a lot of stress, which has lowered his immune system.
Does he have to stay in the hospital?
For now. I'd like to start him on antibiotics and run some more tests. Excuse me.
Lindsay, I'd like to spend a little time alone with Will, so maybe I'll catch up with you later at the cafeteria. Bye.
Don't think you've heard the last of this.
Ooh. She is an awful person. I don't know how Will turned out so well.
So, tell me about this incident in the freezer.
I don't know what happened, Taya. I turned around and the door was shut tight.
You really didn't want Will to leave, did you?
What are you saying?
If you were on the witness stand, I'd swear you were hiding something.
What's with the third degree? A minute ago, you were on my side.
Is there something you want to tell me? Roseanne, did you lock Will in that freezer?
He was on his way to Vicky's house, and I had to stop him.
Why?
Will is the father of Jessica's baby. He was gonna tell Vicky.
Will, not Christian? Does Carlotta know?
I don't think so.
How could you not have told her?
Well, I promised Christian I wouldn't. And besides, I knew as soon as that truth came out that it was over for me and Will. So I did what I had to.
Dios mío. How can the women in our family be so local when it comes to men?
Now, my reputation is in rehab, so I will keep the peace in my house.
Okay, RJ, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Don't know. But I recognize the look in your eyes. That's the look a man has when he's so turned around he wants to strike somebody or something.
Well, I really wasn't planning on striking anybody.
Well, maybe you run out my door still seeing red and do some serious damage.
Boy, they really did mess with you in rehab, didn't they?
Well, I guess that's how much we both changed. Now maybe you need to go home to your wife.
Maybe.
Hey, Crash. You probably don't remember that. We used to call you Crash when you were a little guy. Used to try to walk. And you'd get going and then just bang, you'd crash into something, a piece of furniture, and you fall down, but you get right up again. You always did that. You got right up again because you were going to do it. You know, you were fearless and impulsive. You're still fearless and impulsive. You know that, don't you? But you hit a wall this time, pal. You're gonna be a father. It's not the way that I wanted it to happen. I mean, but I'm proud of you. Because you're trying to take responsibility for it. You're showing up. So I just want you to know that I wish I could have been there more for you. I wish I hadn't gone through a divorce right in front of you. I wish a lot of things. But that's not the hand life dealt you, so it's okay. I just want you to know that I'm going to be here for you from now on. I promise you that. I'm going to be here for you. Because I want you to be able to be here for your kid. I love you, pal.
Hello down there. Can you hear me? Do you know the sound of my voice yet? I hope you're okay down there. I hope you're okay and warm. Because it's pretty cold up here. It snowed for the first time. Everything outside is so new and untouched. Kind of like you, huh? The stars are shining bright. Am I totally nuts talking to you like this? You think I'm weird, huh? My mom said she used to talk to me when she was pregnant. And she'd sing me lullabies. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. What are you? Are you a boy, a girl? You know, I'm not even quite sure who I am, but I know this much. I'm your mom. I'm your mommy. And I'm gonna take good care of you, okay? As best as I can. That's all I can promise, huh? Up above the world so high. You're like a diamond in the sky. I love you, little person. Growing inside me.
Oh, Jesse. Oh, God, Jesse, where are you? I wish you were here now. I just put my arms around you and hold you so tight. You're just my little baby, you know that. I used to talk to you before you were born. I even sang to you. I sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Jesse, I'm looking at your star right now. That's the big bright one there. And it's in the same place as it was 18 years ago, just before you were born. Come home, baby. Please come home. I love you, honey. I love you unconditionally. I mean, you must know that. Please, please come home.
I saw you go tearing out of there, and I got worried about you. I mean, about where you were going. Got a cold out here.
Is it?
Yes, it is. You know, I remember how you used to talk to her when you were still pregnant with her.
It's all making so much sense, you know, Clint. When Jessie pulled away from me and then she broke up with Christian and all that secrecy. I just feel awful for her. She must have been so ashamed. I mean, her first time with a boy she didn't even love. And then she gets pregnant.
That Rappaport kid. I had to wring his damn fool neck.
Oh, stop. And now Christian taking responsibility and trying to be so noble.
Maybe.
Oh, come on. It's just a mess.
Well, whatever Will is going through in that emergency room is going to be nothing compared to what I do to him when he gets out.
Please don't do that. Look, I know you're angry. Believe me, I know how you feel, but retaliation is not the answer now.
Vicky, he has been mollycoddled all his life. He is reckless, he is irresponsible, and he's going to pay for what he did to our little girl.
Yeah, well, she's not a little girl. She really isn't, as much as we would like to think she is. She's a young woman. She's going to be a mother.
He took advantage of her.
Well, we don't even know that happened. We really don't. Anyway, he's trying to take responsibility now by coming to us. He's really sick. I think you can't deal with him in this condition, really.
No, but I can have it out with his daddy.
What? Clint, that's ridiculous. Don't do that.
I never should have let him come to live with you.
Oh, Lindsay, please, come on.
Well, you heard what the doctor said. He's not eating. He's not sleeping.
Well, that's normal. I mean, he's 18 years old. He's an adult.
Sam, he's not an adult, and you know it.
All right, well, don't let him hear you say that, all right? I mean, he's an adult, but he's a kid. Still, it's a tough age.
I heard you talking to him. You know what? You're a good man. You're a good father.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I know that I could have been there a lot more for him when he was growing up.
Maybe. But I can't help but wonder how it might have been different if he had lived with me.
Well, it might have been different. I can't help but think that things would have turned out just exactly the same.
You just don't want to give me credit for being a good mother.
Yes, I do. Look, I don't want to go here right now, all right? Right now, all of our focus should be on our son.
I'm in love with Will. And if that's crazy, then fine.
You were so desperate to hang on to him that you locked him in a freezer?
Okay, I got carried away. I didn't know what else to do, and I knew someone was coming.
I was so desperate to be with Todd that I did some pretty crazy things myself. God knows I ignored one red flag after another. But this has got to stop. This insanity masquerading as love.
I have to talk to him. I have to make him understand.
speak of the devil.
Barbara, Cassie and I just had ourselves a little talk.
Guess whose name came up? Oh, come on, Barbara, don't look so upset. You want to sit down? Maybe you can use my chair.
Stop it, Cassie, stop it.
I talked to Kevin.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he asked me to quit. Cassie, please let me go. I don't think that this is doing any one of us any good.
Oh, no. Well, I'm feeling positively alive.
This is pathetic. Pathetic, and it's not worthy of you.
You know something, Andrew? It is worthy of me.
See, I told you.
The other day, I threw Bo off her trail. And I think she owes me.
I told you she's got us exactly where she wants us.
No, she thinks she does. But she has forgotten one very, very important person.
Kevin, you listen to me. Don't you worry about Kevin.
Well, nothing like coming home to unwind. Someone want to tell me what's going on?
Barbara said that you've ordered her to quit.
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have, because I think it might be a little healthier for you if you remove a painful reminder from our past instead of looking at her every day.
The past. It's a nice evasion of words here, Kevin, but you can say it out loud.
Okay, fine. I don't get it. Why don't you tell me what's going on? What
I
are you doing?
agree with Kevin. You should find yourself another nurse.
I don't want another nurse, Andrew. Barbara's the best. Now, don't you want me to have the best, Kevin?
Yes, you know, Cassie, I always want you to have the best, but I think you can find another
I
nurse
don't
that's
think
just
so.
as good.
I think that Kevin makes a lot of sense
I
here,
want
Cassie.
Barbara.
Why?
Because it pleases me.
Well, it's putting a hell of a wall between you and me, and I really don't want it to go on anymore.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
My son is off limits to you from now on.
What are you talking about?
You are not going in there. You've done enough damage already.
I need to see him.
No, you don't.
I have to explain.
Explain what exactly?
I have to tell him something.
Well, you can't. He's resting.
It's important.
I am never going to allow you to disturb him again. Got that?
Maybe you should let Will decide who he sees and who he doesn't.
It's whom he sees, by the way. And he's not able to make that decision now, thanks to you.
You can't stand that he likes me, can you?
He's had so many girls like you, Roseanne. My son is a big flirt. But he's never gonna love a girl of your sort. I know my boy.
Christian,
Yeah?
are you sleeping?
Yes, I am.
Very funny.
Are you?
Yeah. Are you cold?
I'm okay.
Then why are your teeth chattering?
They're not. Are you cold?
Yeah, a little.
You want something else to put over you? We still have our jackets.
Can't we keep each other warm? Come on. Bert. Oh, your feet.
Sorry.
Oh, they're freezing.
There. Is that better?
Oh, much. Christian,
Yeah.
I love you.
That boy of yours is no innocent,
Clint,
you know.
please, this is a hospital. Don't do this here.
You know, the first time I laid eyes on him, He was stumbling around some Vegas hotel room, all hungover, and a Vegas showgirl passed out on the floor.
All right. This is neither the time nor the place. She's right.
He is a con artist. He's a smiling snake in the grass con artist. He's totally immoral, and you know, I think that's got something to do with the way he was raised.
All right, that's enough, Clint. My son.
Your son got our daughter drunk and then took advantage of her.
We don't know
My
that's
son
what happened.
has never taken advantage of a girl in his life.
Well, he's gonna pay for it, and I guarantee you that.
Gentlemen, please, I'm gonna have to ask you to step outside.
That's another thing. You know, this whole emergency room thing, this whole thing, I think he manufactured that. He's conning you,
What are you
Sam.
talking
He's
about?
conning you.
He has a 105-degree temperature, and he came here to talk to you.
I'm
to tell
going
the
to
truth
call
to you.
security if you don't
spoiled
step
rotten.
outside.
You've been on his case ever since he came to Lambview.
With good reason.
Stop it! Stop!
Will, come
No,
back to
no,
bed.
no. What is the matter with all of you?
You're sick.
Oh, you got that right.
Look, maybe if you guys weren't so busy fighting, Jessica and I would have come to you from the beginning. Look, I'm not making an excuse for what happened. I regret it. And I fully intend to stand by Jessica and do what's right. But like it or not, we are all in this together, so just stop it. Please. Stop it.